Hey everybody, this is Craig Faniani from the Sacramento Jazz Education Foundation, and this is episode 2 of Chords. It's a long, very involved subject, so we've got to have a lot of things here. We have learned so far that there are 3 triads and 4 seventh chords that naturally build on the scale degrees of a major diatonic scale. The triads are major, minor, diminished, and let's add augmented to that list. Major has a major third and a perfect fifth. Minor has a minor third and a perfect fifth. Diminished is a minor third and a diminished fifth, or a stack of minor thirds. And then augmented is a major third and an augmented fifth, or a stack of major thirds. Here they are with names built on C. The seventh chords are major, dominant 7, minor 7, and half diminished. And let's add a fully diminished 7th, which has a diminished triad and a diminished 7th, or it's all minor thirds. It's a stack of minor thirds. And here they are with the names built on C. That brings us to inversions, where we reorder the notes. It's actually pretty simple. You just take the root position chord and keep moving the bottom note to the top. So C in root position looks like this. You put the C on top and you get E, G, C, and that's called the first inversion. If you move the E up, you get G, C, and E, which is the second inversion, and if you move it again, you're back to where you started. Triads are pretty simple. They can be stacked just about any way you wish. You can play them everywhere on the piano, and you can have as many of the 1s, 3s, and 5s that you'd like. Knowledge of this makes your chords sound better. Okay, this chord progression, C, F, G minor, F, C, F, G minor, F, sounds like this. If you only know root positions, or like this, if you know how to manipulate the inversions. And put a little rhythm. Here you have Sesame Street. Notice how the top note makes a melody as it moves horizontally across the harmony. This is called voice leading. It also happens below the top note with the E and the F and the G. Inversions help your chords stay compact and sound more professional. Seventh chords invert much the same way. You start with the 1, 3, 5, 7, then go to 3, 5, 7, 1, then 5, 7, 1, 3, and then 7, 1, 3, 5. The best ones are the 1, 3, 5, 7 and the 5, 7, 1, 3. They're most useful because they keep the dissonance between the 7 and the 1 obscured, and they make the chord movement more fluid. Okay, let's try this progression. C major 7 to F major 7. Start with the root on the bottom and play 1, 3, 5, 7. Let's call this A position. Now, move to F, but don't jump to root position up here. Play the 5, 7, 1, 3 inversion. Let's call this B position for the F. Go back and forth a couple of times. You're playing the 1 and the 4 chord in the key of C. Now let's improvise a little bit. And that way you can concentrate more on your melody because the chords are just right here. Okay, you've probably heard of ninth chords. Build them using the 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, but don't play the root. You leave that to the bass player because that gives them more freedom. So you play 3, 5, 7, 9. We'll call that A position. And 7, 9, 3, 5, we'll call that B position. It's the open position, kind of, and closed position. And they move exactly the way the sevenths do. Open position and closed position. Okay, let's play C major 9, 7, 9, 3, 5. That's the B position. And then go to F major 9 in the A position, 3, 5, 7, 9. And continue to improvise. Notice the information in the chord symbol. The C is for the triad. MAJ tells you the quality of the seventh, and the ninth is, of course, for the ninth. There's no choice on the ninth. We are moving into some heady and creative territory. This is where the rules go away and you'll run into all sorts of variations. We will explore more in the next lesson. Until then, this is Craig Faniani from the Sacramento Jazz Education Foundation, signing off. Thanks for listening.